Well, welcome to Rokani Media Football. Now, Mudryk race is on. Arsenal remains in the lead of the Mudryk race. Sorry, race, not less. Race. That's it. Slip of the tongue. Now, we are talking about a player known as Rabiot Adrien. Arsenal being linked to a player in the names of Adrien playing for Juventus, and now in the semi-finals of the World Cup. They are going to play against Morocco tomorrow. Lastly, we are talking about Mikel Arteta ahead of the match day of Arsenal versus AC Milan, a game that's happening like 1 hour from now. He has gone ahead and talked about how the warm winter training camp in Dubai is taking them. Welcome to this channel. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, lower right bottom corner, that's the place to be. Smash the subscription button by smashing it. Hit the notification bell that will enable you get notified every time I upload a video to this channel. It looks like we can't spend a day without talking Mykhailo Mudryk. This guy is on every journalist's mouth. Just know they are typing, they are tweeting, and they are really giving us podcasts as far as this man is concerned to us. So now Fabrizio Romano has reiterated very many words that very many people have been talking about Mykhailo Mudryk, and today he has gone ahead to let us know about the following of the player that Arsenal is so much interested in. He's telling us that Arsenal remains the leading side to sign Mykhailo Mudryk in January. Shakhtar will ask for important money. The director mentioned 100 million euros, but the feeling is that it can be a bit less than this. The reality is Arsenal are into it. Now, this is why Arsenal fans have to smile, and they are smiling from one ear to another. Obviously, Fabrizio Romano has given them what we can refer to as music to their ears. Do you know why? He's saying in this statement that the director of Shakhtar Donetsk came out and indicated or mentioned 100 million euros. But the feeling is that it can be less than this. Obviously, I believe this amount of money can be less than this, because you can't come out and tell me that Mykhailo Mudryk is going to cost 100 million euros. If at all you are a side like Shakhtar playing in the Ukraine League, you need to come out and really iron out the best for this player. The player is talented. You cannot come out and deny him the best of a career that he deserves. One, when you sell a player at 100 million euros to Arsenal, let me say Arsenal are going to go on and cough that money out to Shakhtar Donetsk. What does it mean? This player is going to come to the Premier League with a lot of pressure piled on him. I support Manchester United, you know that very well. This is the same case that was going to happen to Anthony. If Anthony had not scored a goal on his first game, moreover, when you're playing Arsenal and he scored that goal, a lot of pressure would have been on him and they would have called him a flop. Look at Jack Grealish. What is happening at him at Man City? He is failing to cope up with the levels of players at Man City, and everyone is calling him a flop at Man City because of the hefty price that was put on his transfer from Aston Villa to Man City. Now, if you are Shakhtar Donetsk and you wish your player well, you have to look through this and say, all right, this player is good, talented, and he's young, known as the Ukrainian name. Yes, all that is right, but what is the best for the player? Because Shakhtar Donetsk are meant to be talent grooming and selling teams. That's it. Like it or not, hate it or love it, that's what they are. And in this world, there are levels of ability, and these are facts that you'd go on and accept. Shakhtar cannot keep this boy. They cannot keep this boy. They have to admit that we cannot keep this boy, and we have to sell him not at 100 million euros, at an amount of money that is affordable for Arsenal. If at all they tell Arsenal that they should pay 60 million euros, that's a fair fee for this guy, because I believe 50 million pounds for him is not all that much, because Arsenal has gone into splash money on players like Nicolas Pepe, but Nicolas Pepe was a flop to me at Arsenal. That's why he's no longer at Arsenal. He's playing for Nice in France on loan. So the beauty of this story is simple. Arsenal remains leading side to sign Mudryk in January. That's it. And that's good news to all Arsenal fans all over the world that they are in the lead of signing this talented player. And it shows you that Mikel Arteta is going ahead to approve his plan and to complement it season in, season out, meaning that they want to sign the next big players in the world. You saw that even after missing out on Endrick, you know that Brazilian 16-year-old that is going to Real Madrid. Madrid has paid like 65 million euros. There is a 15-year-old, I think plays for Palmeiras, that Arsenal are in for. They are going in for those players, the Nuaneris, who are really the next big thing in the world, the next prospects, big prospects in the world of football. That's what Arsenal are really going in for. It's very, very good for a club like Arsenal to keep doing that, because where we are going, it's going to be hard for a club to go on and make signings like of 3 or 4 players in a season like Arsenal did last summer, because every player will be sold expensively. Now, imagine Mikhailo Mudryk in Shakhtar Donetsk is being valued at 100 million euros. What if he was in the Premier League and you wanted to buy him from one Premier League side to another? Do you know what that means? It means you have to go on and really cough in more than even that. So Arsenal is trying to go on and build up a very good structure that is going to save its spending spree this January transfer window. But the good thing is that they are the leading side to sign Mikhailo Mudryk in January. That is something positive, and has been told us by Fabrizio Romano. Every Arsenal fan should be jubilating about this, because Fabrizio Romano is the man that is so close to these deals that he can almost catch them, and obviously he has always been that man telling us what to think about this transfer window in here for you. And there is something Jacobs Ben has put up that I really wanted to go on and really supplement to this story that I've just told you about Mikhailo Mudryk. He has told us that Shakhtar Donetsk director of football Darijo Sana tells me any club wanting Mikhailo Mudryk must spend a lot of money. Shakhtar are saying publicly they want 100, but as previously reported, sources say privately they will entertain offers of 60 million euros plus. I believe Shakhtar is trying to play something that could result into a bidding war, such that very many teams can come in and really start to battle for this lad. But I think they're doing a very wrong thing. Arsenal is lacking the player. The player wants to go to Arsenal. Let the player meet his dream. Why do you try to pile out of stories with the player to go on and really manipulate this boy's transfer? I believe it's better to go on and not act this way, because this is your fellow countryman. If at all he goes ahead and thrives at Arsenal, he's going to be the next big thing and is going to be helping the country of Ukraine. So I think some bit of patriotism should be called for to be implanted into this deal as soon as possible, because this lad is one of a kind, talented Ukrainian Neymar, and obviously he's doing lots of things together and adding them up to do the needful for a club which goes by the name of Shakhtar Donetsk. But the good thing is that Arsenal are the club in the lead to sign this player in January, as obviously Di Marzio told us yesterday that this deal is going to happen in January, but it's going to take a bit of time. Now, Ekrem Konar, he's a global transfer expert from Turkey. He has told us that Arsenal, West Ham and Liverpool are among the teams keeping track on Adrien Rabiot's contract situation. Obviously, this guy is left with just months on his contract. His move to Manchester United failed. When it failed, he stayed at Juventus, playing for Juventus, played very well, and is playing for the French national team in Qatar, and is playing very, very well. But the reason as to why United never really wanted him is because of his mother, who came out and made ridiculous, hefty requests of weekly wages that United couldn't go on and meet. And I believe putting Arsenal into this conversation of Adrien Rabiot, I don't agree with it. The discipline and the track record of his indiscipline cannot attract Mikel Arteta near him. Mikel Arteta is a manager who rides everything on his discipline. And one will ask me that, why would Ten Hag, who is the disciplinarian known in the entire football fraternity, go in for a player like that? Obviously, he was desperate because he needed a central defensive midfielder or a midfielder that could play centrally. And obviously, they are giving him options of Adrien Rabiot, but that deal collapsed. You get? Now, Ekram Kona linking this player to West Ham, Liverpool and Arsenal. I believe to West Ham he can go there. I don't believe he can go to Liverpool. Liverpool is going in for Jude Bellingham and Enzo Fernandez. Those are the two players that they are really looking in to go on and sign, not Adrien Rabiot. So I believe there is a story here being built by the agent of Adrien Rabiot to alert other teams that my player is going to be available for free next summer in 2023, and you should prepare to go on and sign him. So I can't wait to see any other huge outlet coming out and really giving us stories concerning Adrien Rabiot, but I don't believe he can go to Arsenal. Arsenal are really interested in different players. They're interested in Yuri Tielemans, of which they're going to get him on a free. Discipline-wise, he's okay and he fits the project of Mikel Arteta. Then secondly, Arsenal are looking at Danilo, the Brazilian who plays for Palmeiras, who they can get at £25 million. Though I've had a story being reported that they've now put his buyout clause at £50 million or 50 million euros. So let's wait and see whether this situation is going to go on and continue for Adrien Rabiot to be linked to Arsenal, but I believe he is not going to come to Arsenal because his profile doesn't fit the profile of Mikel Arteta, and he doesn't qualify to become an Arsenal player because of his indisciplined actions that happened way back at the French national team and while he was at Marseille. And obviously his agent, who happens to be his mother, who is really a pain in the ass for every team where he goes, because the mother makes ridiculous requests. And the reason as to why the move of Rabiot to Manchester United failed, it was because of the mother. The technical director, so the football director of United, that is John Mata, traveled down to Italy, Turin. He met the mother, they spoke, and obviously things collapsed, and that's why United went in for Casemiro. And to me, as a supporter of United, that was a blessing in disguise for me. And I wouldn't wish Arsenal to sign Rabiot because he would come out and turn the entire dressing room into a total mess. That's it. But I believe Mikel Arteta cannot go in for a player like him. Now towards the game that Arsenal is going to play against AC Milan today, in the next 1 or 2 hours from now, Mikel Arteta has come out and really given his views via the Arsenal website. In one of the topics that he has talked about on adjusting to the warm weather conditions in Dubai. He said, well, I think it's always easier coming this way because the players are so happy to see the sun and be outside and wear some flip-flops and train in good condition. So I think this helps the players to reduce on their injury risks, because when you're in the winter, there are a lot of contrasts in your muscles, you get? But when you are in the warm weather training, at least your muscles are really relaxed and they really get the necessary expansion that any player would love. So he's talking about that it's good because it helps them at least to get a different bit of training and to be outside and wear some flip-flops and train in good conditions, because every player would like to train in a warm condition, not in winter conditions. That's the situation, what it is in London. And I think that's why Mikel Arteta was so brilliant to fix up a match in between Arsenal and Juventus, because they would have gone ahead to play against West Ham on the 27th of December when they have come straight from the warm weather training and they are playing in a situation of winter. So he fixed up a game on the 17th of December. That's going to be a Saturday for Arsenal versus Juventus to go on and test themselves in the winter, and obviously that game is going to be happening at the Emirates on Saturday. So after playing the two games that they are going to play, their last game is going to be played today in Dubai. I believe they are going to travel back to London and obviously prepare for that game of Juventus that will lead them to their resuming of the Premier League against a team which goes by names of West Ham, where they'll be trying to defend or keep themselves into the title race. Now, Mikel Arteta continued and said it will be probably tougher when we come back to London, and especially with the way the weather looks right now, but we are so used to it. We train for that every day, and we are so lucky we don't have the weather that we have here, but we have many other things. So it shows you that Mikel Arteta is very much in the know of what it means to train in Dubai, and obviously the players are used to the situation that is always in the winter season in London. So that's what Mikel Arteta had to say. And guys, feel free to go in the comment section, tell me what you think about Arsenal remaining in the lead of the teams that want to sign Mudryk, as confirmed to us by Fabrizio Romano. Secondly, what do you think about Adrien Rabiot linked to Arsenal? Do you think Arsenal should go in for this player? I doubt not, and they cannot go in for him because both of them and Tielemans are going to be free agents in the summer, but obviously that will call for so much more for Arsenal to go in and sign him, because I believe his disciplinary actions and his track record as far as discipline is concerned doesn't fit the profile of players that Mikel Arteta would like to sign at the club of Arsenal. Then lastly, what are your reactions to what Mikel Arteta is going to hate to let us know about the experience of Arsenal players training down in the warm weather in Dubai? That has always been a norm for Arsenal to go their side to go on and train. Rokani David is my name. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Lower right bottom corner, smash the black button that has the word subscribe. After, hit the notification bell that enable you get notified every time I upload a video onto this channel. A sign out for now. See you later. I might return with the confirmed Arsenal starting 11 versus this team, versus AC Milan, a game that's going to be played in Dubai. And then later, remember today, the World Cup semi-final, it's Messi versus Luka Mudryk. Obviously, that is going to be another huge game in the semi-final of the World Cup. Thank you for watching in. May the Almighty Lord bless your day and enlighten you to where you want to go. I'm out.